Hey everybody, it's Gina B. Welcome back to my channel. Wow, 2 days in a row. Can you believe it? The video I posted this morning, quote, my first tutorial, the response was just, I don't even know what to say except, wow, thank you. I guess everybody really enjoyed that. And the new subscribers to my channel, I'm kind of having a little difficulty wrapping my head around the fact that people like me. Isn't that crazy? But anyways, I'm going to do another little tutorial today on what I call my business thank you tags. I think that business thank you tags. I think that's what I'm going to call them. Anyways, first of all, a couple of weeks ago, I sent out several packages and I included these little thank you business tags in those packages that I shipped out. And again, the response to those was everybody was messaging me all of a sudden saying, these are adorable. What a great idea. You know, they're so homey feeling. And I mean, just the compliments were just crazy. So can you please do a tutorial? Well, okay, so here I am today. I'm going to do a tutorial. However, I just want to tell a little bit of a story before I do that. And that is, before I made junk journals, before I became addicted to them, for 16 years, I was a quilter. And I made a lot of quilts. And I accumulated 16 years worth of fabric. So a couple weeks ago, I thought to myself, you know, I am never going to use all of this fabric, and I have a lot, and I mean a lot. So maybe I'll start going through some of these totes of fabric and, you know, sell some, give some away, send some out, you know, in racks, meaning random acts of kindness. And I opened one tote that didn't really look familiar to me, so I couldn't really remember where I got it. So I took the lid up and I looked down and I almost fainted because I didn't remember at first where I got it. But I did leave a note in the bottom of the tote, but I didn't read it or find it till days later. And that was, now get this, almost 3,000 5 by 5 inch squares of fabric, and it was Tim Holtz Eclectic Element line. So, you know, as excited as I was, I knew that I'm pretty much going to make vintage junk journals for the rest of my life. I might make a couple more quilts here and there, but I don't need all this fabric. So I went through it all, sorted through, and kept small bundles for myself. But even after that, it didn't even make a dent in this tote. So I gave some away, I sent some as racks, and then I sold some. So in these packages that I sent out of this fabric, this Tim Holtz fabric, I made these little thank you business card tags. And that's what I'm going to show you how to make today. And this is how we're going to start. Okay, so I usually cut scraps of paper, usually coffee stained, tea stained, Kool-Aid dyed, faux eco dyed. I mean, the list goes on. So I cut out what would look like a tag, and the width is, I believe, 2 inches, and the height is 3.5 inches. And then I would take it to the sewing machine and sew my favorite stitch around the entire thing. Then I would trim it up a little bit. Here, I like these little strings. Not everybody does, but I do. So then I would trim it. Okay, we would trim it. Before I end this video, I will show you some of the Tim Holtz fabric that I kept, because it's super cool. Super cool. All right, so here we go. Then there's that. Okay. So I trimmed it, and then I would distress the edges with, again, whoops, wrong one, vintage photo. Okay, go all around it. And the back side too. Most of the time I try to glue onto the back of my tags some light or just lightly stained paper, because I like giving people a place to journal or to write down. On the back of this, it won't really matter because I'm going to cover it with something, and I'll show you that after. And then black soot, because I like the grungy dark. Okay, and then just a little dab will do ya. And then, okay, you cut a 2" by 2" square of this brown craft card, and then you glue it onto the tag like this. And then on top of that, well, then you distress the edges before you glue it on. Okay, so there's a little tuck here. Okay, there's going to be a little tuck here. You distress the edges like I showed you before. And then I have a rubber stamp of a little doggy that looks so much like my Chihuahua. Yes, I incorporated my Chihuahua in this because he's my best friend and he goes everywhere with me. And I just thought how cute it would be to incorporate him in my thank you cards. So then I would fussy cut around this, distress the edges, and then glue that picture down onto the brown craft card. And then it would look like this. Okay? And then I would, at this point, I would punch a hole with my crocodile, put an eyelet in, and then, with jute twine, put it through the hole at the top of the tag, or ribbon, or whatever it is that you want to use. Okay. And I can't, of course, like there's this little, I usually take a little hole punch, like a tiny hole punch, and just punch just a hair here. So there was a place to kind of like get your fingernail underneath and put something, tuck something in. And I'll show you what I'm going to tuck in it in a few minutes. Okay, so we get to that point. And then with a bulb pin, okay, with a bulb pin, I usually, okay, I open up the bulb pin, and with just a little bit of embroidery floss, I chose green because, well, the next step is to put a real picture of my Chihuahua Smudge on it. And you literally take that picture, you cut the picture out, distress the edges with the vintage photo and black soot. You take the crocodile, the small hole punch, and you punch a hole in the corner of the picture of Smudge, okay? And you glue it, well, you glue it on first, but you glue the picture onto a little bit bigger piece of that brown craft card. And you punch a hole in it, distress the edges, and you attach it through the bulb pin with that embroidery floss. And it just kind of hangs there like this. Okay, are you with me so far? Okay, and then just to kind of finish it off, I just open up Microsoft Word, and over the years I've accumulated many free fonts, and I just type up and put into columns on Microsoft Word my YouTube name and my Etsy store name, and then again I distress the edges like this, and the back. Try to knock down some of that bright white. Okay, and you do the same. Whoa, relax, Gina. Okay, and then you do this one, and again you bring the black soot over and do that edge too, because I really like it. I like blending the two together. I don't know why. It's just me. You may not like it. You don't have to do it. You really don't. It's just personal preference. So then you just go around the edges, finish them up like this. Okay, that one's done. Oh, no, I don't like that stark white. Whew. No. Okay, then you take these two. See, my YouTube name, my Etsy store name, okay? And I just tuck them in like this, okay? Just like that. Okay, so the recipient of this package can open it up and say, oh wow, isn't that cute? Look, it's her little dog. And they have a little piece of cardstock saying what my Etsy store name is, and my YouTube channel. And then to really finish it off, then I turn it over, and on the back I have this little note. It says, my dog Smudge and I greatly appreciate your business. I hope you have a blessed day. And then I distress that. Just like that. And put the black soot in a little bit. And then I glue it down with some Fabri-Tac. Yep, I sure do. Put the Fabri-Tac on. That should be good enough. Should be good enough. And then just right on the back, I glue it down so everybody can see it. Just pat it down. Give it a minute to set. And there you have it, folks. See? Isn't he cute? I just love him. He's asleep in the chair right next to me, so I'm not going to interrupt him right now. But the next time I'm doing a video and he's awake, I'll bring him over and show him to you in front of the camera, because he's a cutie. See, you can't really see in this picture because it's a side profile of him, but right here in the middle of his forehead is just this big, like a big strip of white, but right in the middle of that strip of white, it looks like somebody took their thumb and smudged black soot in the middle of his forehead. So that's why I call him Smudge. And he likes the name, and everybody who meets him likes him. So, but yeah, he's my buddy. But everybody liked this. Everybody thought this was just adorable. So I'm going to put this one and make a couple more. And tomorrow, when I go to the post office and I ship out some more packages of fabric, that's what will be included. I hope you all like this. I certainly liked making them. And so far, like I said, everybody likes them. And I think I'm going to try this afternoon to, oh, I almost forgot, people. I almost forgot. Tim Holtz fabric. Yeah, this is just one of the bags that I decided to keep for myself, okay? And I'll just give you a quick look at some of the prints. Okay, so there's one. Okay, let's see. There's got to be more here. I know there is. Maybe that's just that one pile of those. Yeah, that's just that pile. Okay, then there's these vintage rulers with old advertisement names, business names. Okay, excuse me. And then we have this print, postage, old vintage postage. Okay, and then we have music. And then we have business advertisements, like ephemera. You know, this one looks like a photography studio. And then there's different yeah. Every square has a different look to it. Yeah, like this one, it's got a lot of like a dark green in it. And then there's some maps, vintage maps. And then there's, oh my goodness, then there's these. Again, more advertisements. I think that pile's the same. Let me see what else have I got here? What else have I got here? Oh, like one of the favorites of people. People said this was one of their favorites. And I have purchased a Tim Holtz paper collection, and it also had these, the bottle caps. Yep, those were popular. I sold out of those really, really quick. Let me see, what else have I got? What else have I got here, people? I'm trying to cover or show you all the patterns, like especially the ones I kept. Let me see here. Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Oh, no, well. Let me see if I can pull something out. Oh, then there's this one. Yep. And then there's butterflies. And then there's, looks like, oh, yeah, like dictionary, but in like an old vintage, like red. That side says amusement. This one says the dictionary definition for forgive. And then this looks like receipts or something, like a receipt. Yeah, this looks like vintage receipts. And then railway express agency receipt. And then there's vintage hotel advertisements. Let me see. What else is there? Oh, yeah, there's this one. Numbers. Bet Nick the Booksmith would love this one. She loves numbers. What else have I got here? What else have I got here? Or did I don't know. I got a couple bags, 3 or 4 more bags that I kept for myself. I think, good gracious me, I think that's it from this bag. Yeah, I think so. But I think you get the idea. And I had, literally, to start with, I had just under 3,000 squares of this in a tote. I think I got maybe 7 hours sleep over a period of 6 days. All I was doing was bundling, packaging, and shipping, and sending out invoices and responding to people's messages or requests. I slept for 2 days, literally, or almost 2 days. after that whole thing was over with. I mean, I was thrilled to pieces, but my goodness, I was so tired. I was so tired afterwards. Okay, so you get the idea, folks. This is the fabric I was talking about. And I think what I'm going to do is this afternoon, if I can find a little more time, I'm going to do another tutorial on some altered paper clips, embellishments for junk journals, but I'm going to use some of that Tim Holtz fabric. I think I've got an idea, and I think everybody's going to like it. Not sure, but I think. So that's it. That's it for my business thank you tags. I really do hope y'all liked it, and you think that it was a cute idea. Several people think so. I thought it was adorable, and it was a big hit. So thanks so much for stopping by. And again, thank you for all my new subbies. And I have a little crafty little tribe. Is that amazing or what? Well, thank you so much. And I hope you all have a blessed day, and come back and watch the next video, because I'm going to try really hard to put that one together this afternoon. But I think that's it for now. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate you so much. You've made me so happy, and I haven't smiled this much in a long time. So for that, I am eternally grateful. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.